always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, defend the unity, and uphold our glory, so help me God. Declared missing some time back, and the police reported now that he was a victim of a hit-and-run car accident. We want to condole with his family, the press corps, and the Nigerian Union of Journalists for the unfortunate news of this fine gentleman. May his soul rest in peace. May we rise for a minute's silence, please. Just a very short prayer, please. Honorable Sahib.
Almighty God, He said in everything, He said we should give you thanks. We bless your name. And may the soul of the great communication icon rest in perfect peace.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much. We'll be seated.
Address to the Speaker of the House of Representatives on the hazardous military activities at 6th Motorized Battalion of the Nigerian Army, Ibawa, Abak, local government area, Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, the continuous action of the military in range reclassification and detonation of ammunition have affected members of the communities necessitating displacements, and they have come under this group to request your kind intervention in the resolution of this matter. I seek my permission to tender this petition, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The recent attacks on Askira Oba communities in Borno State on the boundaries of Sambisa was also raised by Representative Haruna Mushelia.
I rise, Your Excellency, under Order 8, subsection 4, a matter of public importance to present the issue of incessant insurgency attacks in my constituency, despite the reports of the insurgents surrendering to the military. I want to seek the leave of the House to present. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The motion is the need to immediately mobilize more security personnel to communities bordering the Zambeza due to incessant attacks and provide relief materials to displaced persons, and as a matter of urgency, rescue 4 Askra Emirate Council members abducted by insurgents about a week ago. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that in the last 2 weeks, 3 different communities of Klangar in Gohi Ward, Gerha in Kida Ward, and Askra, the headquarters of Askra Oba local government, were at different times attacked by Boko Haram insurgents. The last episode was on Saturday, the 13th of November. Again, notes, Mr. Speaker, that during such attacks, private and public properties are burnt down, stores with food items looted, all people living in these areas displaced into nearby bushes with all the risks and consequences that follow. Lives are lost, especially of gallant security personnel. To mention but one, the Brigadier General that is all over the news was killed during the attack on Askra, and unfortunate civilians also that are caught up in the crossfire.
Actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. The pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. Thank you. Upstairs. Okay.
You're onto the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority, transmitting to you live proceedings from the House of Representatives.
And approve the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 17th November 2020.
Presiding over the day's sitting.
To observe proceedings. They are on an excursion program. Students of the Ford Academy. Can you please rise for recognition? There you go. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Please be seated. Honorable colleagues, this is a notification of vacancy in the seat of Ogoja Yala Federal Constituency held by Honorable Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe. This is to notify honorable members of the House of Representatives pursuant to section 68(1)(a) and 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1999 that the seat of Ogoja Yala Federal Constituency of Cross River State held by Honorable Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe has become vacant. This vacancy is as a result of the election as Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, his election as Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and his subsequent taking of oath as Senator representing Cross River North Senatorial District. By virtue of this, the condition stipulated in section 68(1)(a) of the Constitution has been fulfilled, thus requiring me to give effect to the vacation of his seat as a member. This notification is in fulfillment of the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 and for the records. Any petitions? Honorable Toby.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Toby Okechukwu, and I represent an area of Wajir Federal Constituency from Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I have two petitions from my constituents. One is Eugene Chief Eugene Onyekwere Ugwu. This petition is with regard to the threat by the Ministry of Works and Housing to demolish, fence, and forcefully acquire Plot 2, Block D, National Sites and Survey Scheme, Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Gwagwalada, of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, without notice by the MDA. The second also, Mr. Speaker, is a petition by Mr. Promise Mbani and Associates on behalf of Promise Mbani on a threat to demolish his 4-bedroom building and forcefully acquire Plot 32, Block 20 federal government layout Wagwalada in the Federal Capital Territory. These petitioners have come through, Mr. Speaker, to bring forth their plight so that the House, as a parliament of the people that will access them to justice, to please give due consideration to this.
Thank you. Please, you may lay your petition. Any other petition? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My very distinguished colleagues, Engineer Solomon Marel is my name, FNSC, and I represent the people of Mangu Bokos Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, with me is a petition from two of my constituents who were forcefully retired from service at the Jos University Teaching Hospital. Mr. Speaker, the other officers who they were forcefully retired with have since been recalled back to work except these two dogs, and hence their petition that the House do intervene so that they can be recalled back to work. Mr. Speaker, I seek your permission to lay this petition. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please go ahead. Is that the last petition? Taiwo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Taiwo Oluyemi Adewale is my name. I'm a member representing Barapa East Ido Federal Constituency area of Oyo State. I have a petition from Mr. Adegoke Olugbade in an appeal for justice for the death of Mr. Adegoke Timothy Oluwadamilare on the gruesome murder of his late brother, Adegoke Timothy Oluwadamilare, who traveled to Ile-Ife, OAU, to write his MBA exams and lodged at 18 hotels and resorts in Ile-Ife between 5th November to 7th November 2021. From his petition, the data layout was carried out in the said hotel, that is, Hilton Hotel and Resort, within the said date. According to the police investigation, my constituent sent this petition to the House to forestall privation of justice and making sure the perpetrator of the heinous crime is brought to book, and in order not to allow the investigation to be compromised. Mr. Speaker, sir, may I be allowed to lay the petition for further consideration? Thanks.
Yeah, please lay your petition. We move on. Petitions referred to the Committee on Public Petitions. Somebody had a motion of urgent public importance. Okay, it's Honorable BYA, yes.
The Right Honorable Speaker, my fellow colleagues, Bolaji Yusuf Ayinla, representing Mushin Constituency 2 in Lagos, my name. Need to urge National Emergency Management Authority and other sister agencies meant to handle emergency to provide material support for the victim of gas explosion in Mushin Constituency 2. Mr. Speaker, my fellow honorable member, know that there was a massive explosion at Lade Market, Mushin, caused by a deadly gas explosion from a mechanic workshop within the market. Mr. Speaker, my honorable member, also note that at least 5 persons were burned to death when the explosion rocked a mechanic premises around 8 a.m. Tuesday, 16th of November 2021. Mr. Speaker, my fellow honorable member, aware that apart from the deaths recorded, there were injuries of vehicles different brands were destroyed and some buildings were badly affected too. Mr. Speaker, my fellow honorable member, also aware that security operative and emergency responder have condoned off all the area as rescue operation and on-the-spot assessment as continuous. Concerned at the fact the affected person will need the support of the government agency meant to handle emergencies. Convenient that there is a need to urge National Emergency Management Authority and other agencies meant to handle the emergency in Lagos State to act as a state by providing materials, support to the victim of the gas explosion in Mushin. Resolved, Mr. Speaker, honorable member, to urge National Emergency Management Authority and other sister agencies meant to handle emergency to immediately provide material support for victims of gas explosion in Mushin. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to represent my constituency very well, to get a quicker emergency support. Thank you.
Honorable colleagues, this is a reminder, an announcement by Honorable Bamidele Salam. I wish to respectfully remind honorable members of the invitation to my book launch, which is a part of the National Children's Dialogue, taking place as follows. Saturday, 20th of November, venue will be at Shehu Musa Yaradua Center in Abuja here, and the time is 10 a.m. Your presence will be highly appreciated. Signed, Representative Bamidele Salam. Honorable members, please try as best as you can to honor Honorable Salam on Saturday, 10 o'clock at Yaradua Center. He is launching the book, 160 Things Every Child Should Know About the Nigerian Constitution, Child Rights Act, and other laws. 10 o'clock, Saturday, Musa Yaradua.
Point of order, Mr.
Point of order? Who is that?
Point of order.
Oh, yes. We need a second, Honorable Ari.
It's me that I...
Oh, you have a point of order?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Hold on, there's a point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues. I am Abubakar Samfulata. I represent Berniwa, Greek Asama, Gudi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Jigawa State. Mr. Speaker, I'm coming under personal explanation, Order 8, Code 5. Mr. Speaker, it could be recalled that yesterday an objection was raised by the relevant committee chairman in respect of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Education Technical of Goro Bayelsa State. Instead of the relevant committee chairman to present the report, it was presented.
Honorable Lalong, go back to your seat, please. You are distracted.
It was presented by Honorable Egbedi.
Go back to your seat.
This was objected to by the relevant committee chairman on the grounds that his committee ought to have presented the report. In line with provision of Order 12, Rule 16, that bill was a bill passed in the S Assembly and was recommitted by the Rules and Business Committee to the Committee of the Whole. And accordingly, it's not supposed to go back to the committee. It was committed directly to the Committee of the Whole. It was based on that the committee listed the name of Honorable Agbedi as the sponsor of that bill. Therefore, we did not commit any mistake, and the objection raised by the relevant committee chairman was out of order. I just want to make this clarification for the records.
Comrade, Chairman. Go ahead, we have issues right now. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I'm from the Kano Emirate, not a villager. Your Excellency, the Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm from Kano State, the central city of Kano. I'm from the Emirate of Kano. I'm not from the suburbs, sir. Yes. Your Excellency, I rise to respond to the disposition of the chairman of the Committee on Rules and Housing. The issue on contention, Honorable Speaker, is not about whether the committee has jurisdiction or the author of the bill. As he rightly described, this bill under reference was a bill from the 8th Assembly. Supposing I'm not the chairman of the committee, no, I was not the chairman of the committee then, am I not supposed to be notified that a bill that is supposed to be processed by my committee is to be led because of XYZ reason? I happen to object because I was privileged to be chairman then. And I cannot recall that even as then this bill passed through our committee. And correctly too, it was not the product of the House of Representatives. It is the product of the Senate. He has a responsibility to notify members and to notify the chair of that committee so that we could be on the same page. But he cannot assume that everybody knows where, when, and who owns which bill. I think he has a responsibility to get in touch with members and to try as much as it is possible for him to liaise with members and to give members adequate information as it relates to their own activities. But he is behaving like a head boy, deciding which bill should go to who. I object to this, and I think he should be guided. And I object to the power he wants to usurp
of declaring me out of order. He has no power to declare me out of order. You are the only one that can declare me out of order, and I object to this.
Chairman, Mr. Saru, read the point of order you refer to.
I just made a clarification.
Okay, you came under personal explanation.
Under personal explanation.
That it was a recommittal bill.
Yes.
And therefore, from the last session.
Yes, and committed directly after second reading. It was committed to committee of the whole.
Okay.
To committee of the whole dispose of the matter. Committee of the motion is supposed to dispose of the matter. After second reading, it was committed to committee of the whole. And what we did, it was taken at the committee of the whole yesterday. And what the chairman objected to was the fact that
what was taken at the committee of whole was a report.
It was a report, consideration of report.
Who submits reports?
Who submits reports?
Who brings reports to committee of the whole by our rules?
Under normal circumstance, with the exception of a situation where the committee is discharged, with the exception where a committee, the bill is committed, was recommitted with the exception of bill passed by the previous assembly and recommitted.
Yeah, so it was recommitted.
From the previous
assembly. So it is assumed on recommittal from the previous assembly. What it means is that we are done with the committee.
Yes, the committee has done what it could.
So when you are done with the committee,
yes, sir.
When you are done with the committee, so it now comes to committee of the whole.
Yes.
Presented by who? That's by the committee. Whether it's from the last assembly or the present assembly. Once it is a bill that is coming to the committee of the whole, it is the committee of the whole, the committee saddled with the responsibility.
No, sir, it's the leader of the house, sir. Not the chairman of the relevant committee, and that's
so whether it's the leader of the house or the committee, but it's never the person who sponsored the bill that brings it to the committee of the whole.
Yeah.
So, in the absence of the leader, which I'm not even sure if it's the leader of the committee of the whole, one of them has to present it to the committee of the whole. No individual brings a report as an individual to the committee of the whole.
Yeah.
So it was wrong for Honorable Fred to have brought that as, even though he's the sponsor of the bill.
He was just asked to read the synopsis. He was just because
it was in his name, and he was asked to read the synopsis. It is only person that is presenting the report that reads the synopsis.
Yes, sir.
And then even for the simple reason that the committee should know about it, it's sufficient. So we need to work out, is it even the leader of the house, if it's a recommittal bill from last assembly that brings it to the committee of the whole, or but certainly not the author of the bill. He can be mentioned. He can be mentioned as the author, but not acknowledged. But not that, yes, yes.
I made it with respect colleagues representing Wasefere constituency. Mr. Speaker, respect colleagues, the procedure of constitutional report that rightly put by the chairman rules when we are committing to committee of the whole, sir. It is not the author or the sponsor of the bill that gives the synopsis. Normally, it comes from the leadership to give because it is now the business of the entire house. And the business of the entire house is managed by the leadership, and which is led by the leader of the house. In his absence, sir, the chairman rules normally discharge that function. And so it is very clear that the person who is open is not and cannot be the person now to give the synopsis of individual, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Leader.
is on. Mr. Speaker, rider to what the Deputy Speaker has mentioned, it is a matter to do with institutional responsibility and institutional memory. Mr. Speaker, I rise by your leave to put it clear to the House Committee Chairman on Rules and Business and to every other member here that you cannot assume in a session, in every sitting, that the leader of the House is absent. I could be absent as a person, Adodogwa may be absent. But by our procedure, Mr. Speaker, just like the chair cannot be absent, there must be somebody presiding over. It is assumed somebody else must be here, and upon the leave of the chair, will be acting for the leader of the House. So, Honorable Flatter, who is of course an academic, I want to put it to you that next time don't even make that mistake. The leader is assumed to always be present on the floor of the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So the points made are noted for the records. When a bill is recommitted, even from the last session, it is the leader of the House takes charge of it, and in the absence of the leader, bodily, if his body is absent, he's not in the chambers at the time, then he has an assistant or whoever is designated by the chair. Osai, you wanted to...
Another aspect of it, which has not been dealt with now, is that when a committee submits a report, it becomes a document of the House. The committee is discharged from that responsibility. Now, when it becomes a matter of the House, the man that leads the business of the House is the leader of the House. So it's not only when bill come from assembly to assembly, but when even such bill was committed to the committees, and the committee makes reports, the committee is assumed discharged. It becomes a property of the House. And the leader also is saddled with the responsibility of seeing to it in the committee of the whole. And not
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Yeah, that's the truth.
No, I'm not sure I agree with that. Every bill, from the moment is read for the first time on the floor, becomes the business of the House. From the moment it is read, even for first reading, becomes the business of the House. The committee is not discharged. The committee is not discharged. When it goes to committee, it's not discharged until it passes the House. What you are saying is that what we've been doing all along, in terms of who gives the synopsis, who defends the report, who does this, is wrong. That's what you're saying, that what we've been doing all along all these years is wrong. It's the committee that does that. Yes, I think you want to refer us to, yes.
Stipulates, and that's what we have been doing. For all the committees or committee of the whole, we just go to clause by clause consideration. I refer you to page 76, sir.
76?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we go to clause by clause, yes.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I am aware of that, yes.
Sir.
But the question is that who explains the report, who defends the report, who gives us an idea of the report? That is the question, yes.
No, there's no, you didn't include that one. You just go for
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Tobio Kechukwu, I represent an area of Nigeria Federal Constituency from Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, I think we might be missing the salient point which my friend, the comrade, raised. I agree with the Deputy Speaker regarding the procedure on consideration of reports. I also agree with the Speaker, with the House Leader who appears to dress differently today, taking cognizance of the southwestern mode of dressing, is afraid to wear the red cap. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the salient point which Comrade is raising is that for us, for a cognate consideration of report, like you rightly pointed out, who defends the report? Who answers to issues that we need? One way or the other, there is a correlation between the committee and the quality of report they bring. And it is their duty to defend it when members raise issues. In their absence, I do not think that there will be anybody, because they bear responsibility for that report. It will also be prudent, even when it is not stated in the rules, it will be prudent that the chairman rules. By way, we get these notices, at least almost at the beginning of each week, or even prior to the beginning of the next week. That's where they put, these things come on notice, to prepare members regarding the businesses that come to the house. And it is in that respect that I think that it will be prudent, even if it is on the side of excess, for chairmen of committees to know that this business is coming. Because as you consider the report, there will be cogent reasons for them to defend it, whether it's clause by clause, or make additional knowledge-based input so that members of the parliament can take quality decisions. So I do not think the chairman of Education Committee is looking for a business. He has so many tertiary institutions to take care of, but he wants the house to be properly guided. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Osai, what you were saying when you talk about being discharged of your responsibilities, it's not the committee that is discharged of its responsibilities. After second reading, debate of general principles, it is the sponsor of the bill that is discharged. That bill is now taken and given, hold on a second, to the committee. That is why the sponsor of a bill may not even be at the public hearing if he doesn't want to be. It's no longer his baby. It belongs to the committee. And the committee continues to work. Because even at the time we consider the report, if we're not satisfied, even at the time we consider the report, if we're not satisfied with the report, during consideration of the report, we can step it down and refer it back to the committee to go to put finishing touches to it. So the committee is never discharged of its responsibilities. Now, let me very quickly refer the leader to the leader's responsibilities under our rules on page 26. It says the leader of the House shall be a member nominated from among members of the majority party of the House. His functions shall be to, 1, lead the business of the House. Correct? 2, manage the legislative schedule of the House. 3, liaise with committee chairmen and other principal officers of the House. And 4, perform such other duties as they may be assigned to him. So yes, when you say the leader of the House shall handle the business of the House, that includes first reading, that includes second reading, or even so whatever comes to the House, the leader of the House shall handle the business of the House. And it says there specifically shall liaise with chairmen and principal officers. So the chairman's role of a committee is extremely important. To relegate the role of the chairman, and don't forget that the House, under our rules, the committees work as a mini House. To relegate the role or function of the chairman to, we've sent the bill to you, go and bring a report and you are done. No, we can't do that. The committees are extremely important, even at the point of laying and consideration of report, because they will answer to that report. And on that note, honorable colleagues, there are several, and very important, this is very, very important. There are several bills that are sent to committee. Public hearing and public policy dialogues have taken place, and we're still waiting for those reports. These are very, very critical, very important bills to our legislative agenda. Some of them have been there for 3, 4, maybe even 5 months. They've done public hearing or policy dialogues, and nothing has happened. So we'll, if we don't get this report by December 10th, those reports or those committees, what's that? Those committees will stand discharged by our rules, and we will refer them to another committee, even if it's an ad hoc committee, to complete the report. Now, HB 1153, National Social Investment Program Establishment Bill. HB 1155, National Emergency Management Agency Establishment Act Amendment Bill by Honorable Henry Nwauba and 4 others. HB 1298, National Security Trust Fund Establishment Bill, Honorable Shawulu. HB 1152, Northeast Development Commission Act, Honorable Khadija Bukar Ibrahim. HB 981, Electoral Act. Okay, that has already been voted. HB 1112, Police Service Commission Act, Honorable Yusuf Adamu Gagdi. HB 1405, Armed Forces Act, Amendment Bill, Honorable Jimmy Benson, Honorable Namdas, Honorable Gagdi, and Honorable Nwauba. HB 1406, Honorable Umar Kumo. That is the Nigerian Police Amendment Act. Now, these are very critical, very important bills that are just sitting down there months after public hearing that we haven't gotten any report. HB 1407, Honorable Henry Nwauba again, that's the National Security and Civil Defense Corps Act. HB 1408, National Security and Civil Defense Corps Act again, Honorable Nwauba. HB 1409, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Act Amendment Bill. HB 1410, Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses Act. HB 1412, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Amendment Bill, Honorable Nwauba. HB 1413, ECOWAS Convention on Small Arms and Light Weapons and Ammunition and Other Related Materials, Honorable Alassane Dogwa, Honorable Kiruka, Honorable Nwauba. Thank you. Please, by December 10th, let's have the reports. Yes. Honorable colleagues, I've just been reminded I have to leave right now for a meeting with Mr. President. Yes. What?
Honorable Sergius.
Respected colleagues, any seconder to the motion raised by our colleague from motion? Honorable Adi. Press your request, Ali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, QS Ari Mohammed Abdul Mumin, MNI QS, member representing National Total Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion heavily moved by colleagues on the issues of the gas explosion in Lagos ISO seconds.
Honorable, you can proceed to give us the highlights of the motion. Honorable, go ahead and present your motion. Oh my God. No, it was presented just with there was this conduct. It hasn't been seconded now, so you need to give the briefs of the motion, the highlights. Seconded, yes, for you not to take them. He has forfeited that opportunity. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Against say nay. That's have it. Respected colleagues, the first business of the day, presentation of 15 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2021, first reading. National Broadcasting Commission Act Amendment Bill 2021, first reading. Treasury Single Account Fund Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Federal College of Agriculture Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Nigeria Army School of Finance and Administration, Apapa, Lagos State Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Federal College of Education Technical, Guaram Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Board for Technology Business Incubator Center Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Directorate of Technical Cooperation in Africa Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Nigeria Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research Victoria Island Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Federal College of Orthopedic Technology Ibobi Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Educational Correspondence Colleges Act Amendment Bill 2021, first reading. National Technical and Vocational Institute Ikare Akoko Ondo State Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Federal College of Dental Technology and Therapy Talase Gombe State Establishment Bill 2021, first reading. Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act Amendment Bill 2021, first reading. Federal Institute of Aviation Engineering and Technology Ohara Delta State Establishment Bill 2021, first reading.
Thank you, Clerk. The second business of the day is presentation of two reports of the Committee on Science and Technology. Standing in now on Honorable Benelar. Honorable Benelar is invited to present the report.
I represent Langtang North and South Federal Constituency of Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, may I move that the House do receive the reports of the Committee on Science and Technology on a bill for an act to establish the National Renewable Energy Development Agency, charged with the responsibility of promoting the use of renewable energy resources and for related matters. I so move. Mr. Speaker, may I also move for the next bill so that the two bills are moved at once? May I proceed? Thank you, sir. May I also move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Science and Technology on a bill for an act to amend the Energy Commission of Nigeria, Act Cap E10, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to make it compulsory for the federal government through the Commission to harness, explore and utilize other sources of energy other than hydro and gas energy sources in Nigeria and for related matters. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Honorable Osai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Osai, Nicholas Osai. I represent local Okwani Federal Constituency of Delta State. I'm an Okwani man. I rise to second the motions ably moved by one of the most ranking legislators of the Night Assembly. I still second.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Against say nay. That's have it. Honorable Benula, go ahead and present their report. Respected colleagues, the first order of the day is the third reading of the bill for an act to establish the University of Agriculture, Jalingo, to make comprehensive provisions for the management and administration of the university and for related matters of the House leader. Honourable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 6 October 2021. I therefore call on the leader of the House to move that the bill be read the third time. In the same light, I wish to ask you to go ahead and read the second and the third bills and the fourth as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, my respected colleagues, Ado Dogwa is my name. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I represent the good people of Dogwa, Chudunwada Federal Constituency. Honorable Goro, I'm equally from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I rise as directed by the Honorable Speaker in the chair to move on the bill number 1, 2, 3, and 4 consecutively, of course, to be able to save our legislative time. And Mr. Speaker, I therefore rise to move that a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture at Jalingo to make comprehensive provisions for management and administration of the university and for related matters, HB 750, be read the third time. A bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, and for related matters, HB 1590, be taken the third time. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Education Technical, Agoro, by Elsa State, and for related matters, be read the third time. And finally, a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Education, Bende, to provide full-time courses, teaching, instruction, and training in technology, applied sciences, commerce, arts and social sciences, humanities, and management, to carry out research in the development and adaptation of techniques, and also make provisions for the appointment of a provost and the officials of the college to carry out the administration and discipline of students of the college, and for related matters, HB 852, be read the third time. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I so move.
Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I was, since the House leader is in charge of businesses of the House, I was duly consulting him. I'm sure the Deputy Speaker wanted to relocate me from where I was occupying his seat to my own. Well, I hereby second that the bills as stated by the House leader be read for the third time. I so second.
For the motion, say aye. Against say nay. That's have it. Clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Honorable Speaker,
Honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture, Jalingo, to make comprehensive provisions for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, ABO, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Education, Technical, Auro, Bayelsa State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal College of Education, Bende, to provide full-time courses, teaching, instruction, and training in technology, applied sciences, commerce, arts, social sciences, humanities, and management, and to carry out research in the development and adaptation of techniques, and also make provision for the appointment of a provost and the officials of the college to carry out the administration and discipline of students of the college, and for related matters. Third reading.
Bills read the third turn and pass. Respected colleagues, the fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Third Alteration Act 2011, to provide for the establishment of Code of Conduct Bureau Tribunal as part of the jurisdiction under the Constitution to ensure the independence and for related matters. Standing now, Honorable Solomon Bob. Honorable Bob is invited to move the bill. Is invited to move for the consideration of the bill. Is it consolidation? Consolidation. Colleague Bob, I suppose it should be the chairman rules. Is it comment? Sorry. Is it second reading? Were the bills earlier unconsolidated? We have two bills here. They were consolidated. Thank you. Bob. The writing is not complete.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, my name is Solomon Bob. I represent Abuja and Ahuda East Federal Constituency of Rivers State. I rise to move that the bill for an act to amend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to establish the Code of Conduct Tribunal as a superior court of record be read for the second time.
Mr. Konda. Architect. Sorry.
My name is Boniface Emerengwa. As the people of Ikwirema Federal Constituency, I rise to second the motion moved by my colleague Solomon Bob. I say second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, lead the debate, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, permit me to do the debate on the general principles of a bill seeking to alter the constitution of our dear country with a view to removing the Code of Conduct Tribunal as an adjudicatory body from the executive arm and placing it under judiciary as a superior court of record. This bill proposes to amend principally sections 6, section 6, 84, 240, 243, 254, 294, 295, 316 of the Constitution and among others. All these sections deal with superior course of record, and it is sought by this amendment to incorporate the Code of Conduct Tribunal among them. This bill was read for the first time on 17th of July 2020. Colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I'll go straight to the argument that supports this bill. Mr. Speaker, it is right that in a presidential democracy such as ours, the three arms of government, namely the legislature, the executive, and judiciary, are distinct and separate in functions, powers, and composition. This distinct separation of powers is indeed to secure the independence of each arm and for each to act as a check on the exercise of power by the other, which ultimately enhances effective discharge of their respective constitutional responsibilities. It is not, therefore, by accident that the Constitution specifically sets out the powers of each of the three arms as spelled out in sections 4, 5, and 6 for the legislature, the executive, and judiciary, respectively. The Code of Conduct Tribunal, the focal point of this bill, is undoubtedly it's a very brief debate. It's a very brief debate, it's just about 2 pages. It's undoubtedly a judicial body created by paragraph 15 of the fifth schedule to the Constitution and section 20 of the Code of Conduct Tribunal Act, Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act. It is a statutory body saddled with responsibility of trying offenses under the Code of Conduct Bureau Act. However, it is absurd and indeed confounding that a judicial tribunal clothed with enormous powers to sanction public officers found guilty of violating the Code of Conduct Act, including power to order forfeiture and bar offenders from holding public office, is placed under the executive rather than the judiciary, an arm where it rightly belongs. For ease of reference, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, paragraph 18, subparagraph 2 of the fifth schedule, which deals with powers of the tribunal, provides in extenso, and I quote, the punishments which the Code of Conduct Tribunal may impose shall include any of the following: A, vacation of office or seats in any legislative house, as the case may be. B, disqualification from membership of the legislative house and from holding of any public office for a period not exceeding 10 years. C, seizure and forfeiture to the state of any property acquired in abuse or corruption of office. The above provisions clearly clothe the tribunal with a judicial body, as a judicial body with the powers of a competent court of record. The failure to situate the tribunal under the judicial arm of government thus runs contrary to the principle and practice of separation of powers in a presidential democracy, such as we professedly practice. To illustrate this point, Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues, it is noteworthy to point out here that the highest court of this land, the Supreme Court, has held in the case of Saraki in Federal Republic of Nigeria that the chairman and members of the Code of Conduct Tribunal are not judicial officers. That being the case, they are not subject to the discipline and sanction of the National Judicial Council like all other judicial officers. This point is very important. Furthermore, the offices of the chairman and members of the Code of Conduct Tribunal are clearly omitted in the judicial oaths contained in the seventh
Bob, you have 30 seconds to round up.
Seventh schedule to the Constitution. Pardon me, Mr. Speaker?
30 seconds.
Pardon me?
30 seconds to round up.
Please give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Much obliged, sir. Honorable colleagues, Given effect to this amendment will therefore make members of the tribunal, judicial officers, with the attendant protection and privileges that will afford, besides securing the funding of the tribunal, as its funding will be charged on the consolidated revenue fund of the Federation and released directly to the head as statutory transfers. This will in turn immune them substantially from the manipulation and control of the executive. Honorable colleagues, under a presidential democracy, one single arm of government ought not exercise executive and judicial powers, such as the case presently. The horrifying consequences or dangers of placing the tribunal under executive as it is today are clear for us all to see. Its independence is non-existent, and its instrumentalization by the executive as a weapon against the legislature and the judiciary is evident and undeniable.
Thank you, Honorable Bob.
I'm just about running up.
Thank you. We have a lot of, it's already past 12.
Mr. Speaker.
Your prayer should be your duty past.
Thank you for the privilege.
Bob, comply.
I so move.
Thank you. Those in favor of the motion that the bill be read second time, say aye. Aye. Against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk is invited to the the bill.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Third Alteration Act 2011 to provide for establishment of the Code of Conduct Tribunal as part of the judicature under the Constitution to ensure its independence and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to Ad hoc Committee on Constitutional Review, Special Ad hoc Committee on Constitutional Review. The sixth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to repeal the Federal College of Education Act, F8 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and enact the Federal College of Education Bill and for related matters, and the Honorable Aminu Suleiman, honorable members, will recall the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 29 June 2021. I now invite Honorable Suleiman to move the bill be read the second time.
Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am from Kano State. My name is Comrade Aminu Suleiman. I represent Pagi Federal Constituency. Honorable Speaker, I move that a bill for an act to repeal the Federal College of Education Act, F8, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and enact the Federal College of Education Bill and for related matters, HB 1455, be read the second time. I move, Honorable Speaker.
Seconder. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I'm Honorable Akin Alabi. I represent the good people of Egbeda on our federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from your state. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second that the bill ably sponsored by Honorable Aminu Suleiman be read for the second time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Go to the debate.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues. Bill under reference, Honorable Speaker, is intended to update the Act governing teaching and learning in our colleges of education throughout the country. It has 3 clauses that are requiring for action and activity from honorable colleagues, and those include the establishment, the financial provision, the miscellaneous, and supplementary. The Act, as it exists, Honorable Speaker, is not only obsolete, but retard the processes of learning and teaching in our institutions of learning, particularly colleges of education. Majority of the colleges of education, as they stand today, Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, run a degree program. But they can only do this through an affiliation with either university, public or private.
Honorable Lekki, I turn back to your seat.
Majority of them have capacity to run a full-time degree program standing on their own. But as the law exists now, they are limited. They can only do this through affiliation. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the Act covering and giving legal bite to their existence dated back to early 70s and to 80s, where in some instances, some of these institutions are in other states. For instance, Federal College of Education, Gombe, was created when Gombe was under Bauchi State. And the law still recognizes Federal College of Education, Gombe, under Bauchi State. With the passage of this bill, all these institutions that secure freedom from their sister state will now automatically assume the name of the state under which they are existing. The bill also seeks to make a one-term tenure for all the provosts to serve for only one term of 5 years, just like it exists in the universities. Because of want of time, I will suggest and appeal to the House to look at the recommendation of the committee when clause by clause is being considered, and hopefully the colleges will benefit from the magnanimity of the House to ensure that they are bring at par with the standard norm globally. I move, Honorable Speakers.
In favor that the bill be read second and say aye. Against say nay. That's have it. Clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to repeal the Federal Colleges of Education Act, Cap F8, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the Federal Colleges of Education Bill and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to Committee on Tertiary Education and Services. Respected colleagues, the seventh order of the day is commencement of a debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act, Cap 010 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to establish the National Orthopedic Hospital, Abuja, and for later standing in the name of Honorable Adembody Ekwe. Honorable members will record the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 6 July 2021, and I invite Honorable Ekwe to move that the bill be read the second time. Honorable Ekwe is not on the floor.
Mr. Speaker, it seems Honorable Ekwe is not on the floor. I move that the second reading of the bill be stepped down by the leave of the House. I so move.
Second reading of the bill stepped down by the leave of the House. Respected colleagues, the eighth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Education, Federal College of Agriculture, Gaidam, Yobe State, to provide for the full-time courses leading to the award of diploma, higher national diploma in agriculture and allied disciplines and for related matters for the administration of the college and for related matters standing in the Honorable Lawan Shetima Ali. Honorable members will call the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 23rd March 2021, and now invite Honorable Ali to move that the bill the second time.
Okay. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker,
my amiable and supportive honorable colleagues, leaders and colleagues, I rise to move that the bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Gaidam, Yobe State, to provide full-time courses leading to the award of diploma, higher national diploma in agriculture and allied disciplines, and be responsible for the due administration of the college and for related matters, HB 1277, be read for the second time, sir.
Acting Whip. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues. My name is Engineer Satomi Ahmed. I represent the good people of Jere Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Borno State. I rise to second that the bill for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture, Gaidam, heavily sponsored by my good brother, Honorable Lawan Shetima, to be read for the second time. I so second, sir.
You still need to give this. Okay, in 1 minute.
Your Excellency, I'll just surprise you. I am Lawan Shetima Ali, representing the good people of Brusari, Gaidam, Yunusari Federal Constituency. Your Excellency, permit me to lead this debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Gaidam, Yobe State, to provide full-time courses leading to the award of diploma, higher national diploma in agriculture and allied disciplines, and be responsible for the administration of the college and for other related matters. This bill was read for the first time on the 23rd March 2021, HB 1277. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members, or honorable colleagues, Gaidam is one of the local government areas in Yobe State that needs educational institution to cater for its disadvantaged position. The people of Gaidam in particular and northern part of Yobe State in general are predominantly peasant farmers and therefore find it difficult to send their wards to far distance learning in pursuit of education. Sir, the establishment of the College of Agriculture
Ranking by age.
avail us the opportunity to acquire agricultural techniques. The fundamental objectives of the Federal College of Education, College of Agriculture Gaidam Bill, the bill seeks to provide federal agricultural training institution for the agrarian community along the River Yobe and the River Komadugana axis, which transverse the whole state, covering more than 200 kilometers, Surunguru, Gashua, Bursari, Gaidam, Yunusari, Damasak in Borno State, and Dipa in the Nigerian Republic, leading to the Lake Chad, to provide middle cadre agricultural workers for the federal constituency that will help to curtail the menace of desertification that is ravaging the constituency, to provide the insurgency.
Honorable Ben Kalu, return back to your seat.
Youth in my constituency with the requisite agricultural knowledge that will prepare them as farmers in future to change their mindset to look for white-collar jobs that no longer exist. In consonance with President Buhari-led administration to diversify our economy, the need to prepare the younger ones to go through such agricultural institutions to acquire agribusiness and other agricultural techniques to be self-sustainable need not to be overemphasized. Outline of the bill consists of 6 parts, 23 sections, a schedule and supplementary provisions for the principal officers and the organs of the college with explanatory memorandum. B, Part 1 deals with the establishment, constitution, principal officers, and the governing council of the college and their tenure. C, Part 2 deals with the powers and functions of the governing councils. Part 3 deals with staff of the College of Agriculture, their appointment and conditions of service. Then Part 4 deals with matters related to financial provisions, annual reports, etc. Part 5 deals with general administration and staff discipline. And then 6 deals with miscellaneous provision, interpretations, and citation. Advantages of the bill, sir: to develop and offer academic professional programs leading to the award of certificates, ordinary national diplomas, high national diplomas, which emphasizes planning, adaptive technical maintenance, developmental, and productive skills in agriculture. sound basic scientific training as a foundation for the development of agriculture and allied disciplines, to promote and emphasize teaching, research, and the extension of agricultural knowledge, including agricultural extension services and outreach programs, etc.
Thank you very much.
Conclusion, sir. Conclusion, sir. Conclusion, it is therefore my belief that when the Federal College of Agriculture Gaidam is established, it will provide and promote sound scientific training as a foundation for the development of agriculture and allied disciplines. It will also promote, emphasize teaching, research, and extension of agricultural knowledge, including agricultural extension services and outreach programs, etc. I therefore appeal to Mr. Speaker and highly respected colleagues for your overwhelming support that the bill be now read for the second time. I so submit, sir.
Those in favor that the bill be now read the second time, say aye. Against, say nay. That's have it. Clerks is invited to look at the bill.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Gaidam, Yobe State, to provide full-time courses leading to the award of diploma, higher national diploma in agriculture and allied disciplines, and be responsible for the due administration of the college and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions. Respectfully, the ninth order of the day is a motion on need to upgrade correctional centers in Nigeria, standing in the Honorable Mohammed Gudaji Kazaude. Honorable Gudaji is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My highly respected colleagues, my name is Honorable Mohammed Gudaji Kazaure, member representing Kazaure, Roni, Wiwa, and Mkwashi. Mr. Speaker, I am from Jigawa State. Right Honorable Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, I rise to move the motion on need to upgrade correctional centers in Nigeria.
You're watching live proceedings from the House of Representatives, reaching you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. At this moment, Representative Gudaji Kazauri is about to take a motion on the need to upgrade correctional centers in Nigeria. Before now, 5 bills were passed and 4 bills were taken for second reading, including a bill seeking to repeal the Federal Colleges of Education Act, which seeks to empower Federal Colleges of Education to be degree awarding institutions. And this is where we come to the end of today's live transmission. We thank you for sticking